Countries are scrambling to figure out how to respond to the tariffs, with China and others retaliating quickly. Trump's tariff blitz fulfilled a key campaign promise as he acted without Congress to redraw the rules of the international trading system. It was a move decades in the making for Trump, who has long denounced foreign trade deals as unfair to the U.S. The higher rates are set to be collected beginning Wednesday, ushering in a new era of economic uncertainty with no clear end in sight. The Trump administration is doubling down on tariffs as stock markets around the world plunge. A universal 10% tariff on all imports is now in effect after starting on Saturday. This Wednesday, additional duties on products from dozens of countries are set to begin. Today, U.S. stock indexes resume their slide in late morning trade.
The introduction of tariffs and the retaliation has changed the rules of global trade. I mean, it's a definite game changer, but what we don't know is, where do we go from here? How long do these last? What gets negotiated down or negotiated away? And it's all that uncertainty that's really contributing to the sharp sell-off in stocks.
U.S. stocks have been hammered by the Trump administration's plans to impose sweeping tariffs on all imports into the United States. The S&P fell 20% on an intraday basis from its February record closing high. If it ends down 20% from its all-time closing highs, it would confirm the index has been in a bear market since February. Meanwhile, earlier today, the blue chip Dow was down nearly 17% from its December all-time high.
Investments are long-term. Some of these incidences are short-term. So my advice would be to ride it out, weather the storm, and things are going to settle down. It's just going to take us some time.
But at one point during the morning, stocks suddenly reversed course and rallied after a report that Trump was considering a 90-day pause on tariffs. But White House officials quickly denied the report, sending the market back in the red. Economic experts have leveled scathing criticism towards Trump's policy, warning of an unprecedented shockwave in the global economy and a prolonged tariff war. But the president is not backing down, saying he's not looking at a pause.
Well, we're not looking at that. We have many countries that are coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals. And in certain cases, they're going to be paying substantial tariffs. There'll be fair deals. As you know, I spoke this morning with the Prime Minister of Japan, and we had a very good conversation.
But not all partnerships are going well. Today, Trump threatened to impose an additional tariff on China if Beijing doesn't withdraw its retaliatory measures on the U.S.
And they put a 34% tariff on above what their ridiculous tariffs were already. And I said, if that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting a 50% tariff on above the tariffs that we put on.
Meanwhile, the EU is responding to Trump's tariffs on auto, steel, and aluminum and other goods by imposing its own levies.
A range of tariffs is hitting a significant portion of EU exports. In fact, 380 billion euros worth of EU exports to the US. So we are talking here some 70% of our total exports are facing tariffs of 20% or 25% or even higher.
The Trade Commissioner adding that they worked a list of countermeasures which will be sent to EU member states later.
We expect the vote on Wednesday, and once this is done, so the collection of the duty starts as of 15th of April for the first part, and in full respect of WTO methodology, second part will kick in 30 days later, so we are talking about 15th of May.
Amid all the fear and criticism, Trump pushed back, telling Americans to be patient and not be a panic can in a Truth Social post. Today, the House Speaker also backed Trump's plan.
I think you got to give the president the latitude, the runway to do what it is he was elected to do, and that is get this economy going again and get our trade properly balanced with other countries. So I think most of the American people understand the necessity of that.